know that we meet every night, and we couldn't have changed since the last time. To my joy and delight, it's a new kind of love at first sight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Sherman. Do you have a song in your heart? You feel it might as well be spring? Soon now. Do you enjoy the sound of music? Well, we have a show just for you today. Kimberly Hawkey is going to be coming. She's a singer, and David Budway, who's a pianist and conductor, and they're going to play and sing songs we all love from Broadway and Hollywood. The unifying factor, Richard Rodgers, who presented musicals first with Lorenz Hart, and later, that's the era I remember better, with Oscar Hammerstein II. One magical hit after another. Kimberly is sometimes to be found heading up her own band, the Swingaroos. So that's something for another occasion to consider. But anyway, this time she will be here with the pianist David Budway, and David himself is renowned for both classical and jazz performances. So it all mixes together. And the theater, after all, has elements of all of these different elements in music. And I think you will enjoy them all. Kimberly and David are going to offer an intimate look into the life and work of Richard Rodgers. And the curtain is going up now, but I will stop by after the show and look ahead with you to next week. So have a great, good musical time, and I'll see you in a little while.
Though I know that we meet every night, and we couldn't have changed since the last time. To my joy and delight, it's a new kind of love at first sight. Though it's you and it's I all the time, every meeting's a marvelous pastime. You're increasingly sweet, so whenever we happen to meet, I greet you. With a song in my heart, I behold your adorable face. Just a song at the start, but it soon is a hymn to your grace. When the music swells, I'm touching your head. It tells me you're standing near, and with the sound of your voice, heaven opens its portals to me. Can I help but rejoice that a love such as ours came to be? But I always knew I could live life through with a song in my heart for you. David Budway. With a song in my heart, I behold your adorable face. Just a song at the start, but it soon is a hymn to your grace. When the music swells, I'm touching your head. your voice, heaven opens its portals to me. Can I help but rejoice that a song such as ours came to be? But I always knew I would live life through with a song in my heart for you. Welcome everybody to Maureen's Jazz Cellar. My name is Kimberly Hawkey, here again with David Budway, a follow-up to our holiday concert. That was such a joy. You're not getting a lot of Christmas songs today, but you are getting songs by Richard Rodgers and Larry Hart. I wanted to learn some new material, and a friend of mine gave me a sheet music book for the songs of Richard Rodgers, and the rest of the book is not here, but I don't always carry the full copy in my purse. I have just the cover that fell off. But it was such a joy to learn some new songs by this incredible songwriting duo. And today we're going to share a little bit of that story in the way that we know how, through their songs. And the story begins, as many great ones do, on the Isle of Manhattan. We'll have Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island too. It's lovely going through those two. It's very fancy on old Delancey Street, you know. The subway chimes a song when balmy breezes blow to and fro. And tell me what street compares with Mott Street in July. Sweet push carts gently gliding by. The great big city's a wondrous toy, made for a girl and boy. We'll turn Manhattan into an Isle of Joy. Rodgers and Hart wrote over 500 songs together for both Broadway and Hollywood. And while they were writing for MGM Studios, they thought it was a great idea to write this very generic pop song like all the others. They knew that the studio wanted a great big hit. So they wrote this song and it didn't quite work out. They tried putting it in other shows, other films, changed changing lyrics, changing characters, changing the title, and eventually they came up with this one. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Oh, blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me singing a prayer for someone I really could care for.
And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Without a love of my own. I've wined and dined on mulligan stew and never wished for turkey, as I hitched and hiked and grifted too, from Maine to Albuquerque. Alas, I missed the Beaux-Arts ball, and what is twice as sad, I was never at a party where they honored Noel Cat. But social circles spin too fast for me. My Bohemia is the place to be. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I love the theater, but never come late. I never bother with people I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. I don't like rap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. I don't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. That's why the lady is a tramp. I like the free, fresh wind in my hair, life without care. I'm broke, it's so. Hey, California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. doesn't have to have the moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitars. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, nor a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance doesn't need a thing but you. Hart was a genius at writing romantic lyrics. Although if you listen close enough, you hear that many of them are about unrequited or rejected love, which seemed to be a theme in his own life. And while Rodgers and Hart had this magnificent creative relationship, there were some issues under the surface, Larry disappearing for a while at a time, or getting into his heavy drinking habit that was starting to cause a rift between the two. So stay tuned to find out what happened there. In the meantime, here is a very lively song by the duo that was featured in the 1937 film Babes in Arms. Johnny could only sing one note, and the note he sang was this. Poor Johnny one note sang out with gusto and just overlorded the place. Poor Johnny one note yelled willy-nilly until he was blue in the face. For holding one note was his ace. Couldn't hear the brass, couldn't hear the drum. He was in a class by himself, by gum. Poor Johnny one note got an Aida, indeed a great chance to be brave. He took his one note, howled like the north wind, brought forth wind that made critics rave. While Verdi turned round in his grave, couldn't hear the flute or the big trombone. Everyone was mute. Johnny stood alone. Cats and dogs stopped yapping. Lions in the zoo were all jealous of Johnny's big trill. Thunderclaps stopped clapping. Traffic ceased its roar, and they tell us Niagara stood still. He stopped the train whistles, boat whistles, steam whistles, cop whistles, all whistles bowed to his skill. Sing, Johnny one note, sing out with gusto and justo, or Lord all the crowd. So sing, Johnny one note out loud. Sing, Johnny one note. Sing, Johnny one note out loud. Sir Jones. Someone said as we shook hands, he was just Sir Jones to me. Then I said, Sir Jones, you're a man who understands. I'm a girl who must be free. And all at once I lost my breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I owned the earth and sky. Now I've met Sir Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till we die. Sir Jones and I. Was scared to death, and all at once I owned the earth and sky. Now I've met Sir Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till we die. And okay, it's story time. So by the early 1940s, when Rodgers and Hart were working on their new show, it wasn't uncommon for Larry to be just gone for days at a time, coming back drunk. It was interrupting their workflow, and he refused to go to a facility to get help, even though Richard Rodgers said, hey, I will go with you. It came to the point where Rodgers said, look, if you aren't going to be showing up here, I'm going to have to write the show with somebody else. Larry said, well, who do you have in mind? Richard said, well, there's this guy, Oscar Hammerstein. Larry nods his head and said, well, I couldn't think of anyone better. Good luck. You'll do so much better without me. Tragic and heartbreaking. But we are closing one chapter of the book, opening a new one, allowing Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein II their opportunity to basically create the golden age of Broadway in the 1940s and 50s. So it's a start of a new morning. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by, but a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. The boss gets on my nerves. I've got a good mind to quit. I've taken all I can. It's time to get up and get and move to another job or maybe another town. The gentleman burns me up. The gentleman gets me down. The gentleman is a dope, a man of many faults, a clumsy Joe who wouldn't know a rumba from a waltz. The gentleman is a dope and not my cup of tea. Why do I get in a dither? He doesn't belong to me. The gentleman isn't bright, he doesn't know the score. A cake will come, he'll take a crumb and never ask for more. The gentleman's eyes are blue, but little do they see. Why am I beating my brains out? He doesn't belong to me. He's somebody else's problem. She's welcome to the guy. She'll never understand him half as well as I. The gentleman is a dope. He isn't very smart. He's just a lug you'd like to hug and hold against your heart. The gentleman doesn't know how happy he could be. Look at me crying my eyes out as if he belonged to me. He'll never belong to me. The gentleman is a dope. The gentleman is a dope. The gentleman is a dope. The things I used to like, I don't like anymore. I want a lot of other things I've never had before. It's just like Mother said. I sit around and mum, pretending I am wonderful and knowing I'm a dope. I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string. They say that I'd have spring fever, but I know it isn't spring. I'm starry-eyed and vaguely discontented, like a nightingale without a song to sing. Oh, why should I have spring fever when I know it isn't spring? I keep wishing I were someone else, walking down a strange new street and hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams. I'm as giddy as a baby on a sling. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing, but I feel so gay That was from the 1945 film State Fair, and it actually won Best Original Song that year. This next one is from the 1949 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical South Pacific. I expect every one of my crowd to make fun of my proud protestations of faith and romance. And they say I'm naive as a babe to believe any fable I hear from a person in pants. Fearlessly I'll face them and argue their doubts away. Loudly I'll sing about flowers in spring. Flatly I'll stand on my little flat feet and say, love is a grand and a beautiful thing. I'm not ashamed to reveal the world famous feeling I feel. I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a conventional dither with a conventional star in my eye. And you will note there's a lump in my throat when I speak of that wonderful guy. I'm as trite as gay as a daisy in May, a cliche coming true. I'm bromidic and bright as a moon-happy night, pouring light on the dew. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with the wonderful guy. My day in the hills has come to an end, I know. A star has come out to tell me it's time to go. But deep in the dark green shadows are voices that urge me to stay. So I pause and I wait and I listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might say. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise on the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like the chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones in its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music. heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure through the music of Richard Rodgers, Larry Hart, and Oscar Hammerstein. My name is Kimberly Hawkey, here with my incredible collaborator, David Budway. Coming to you from Maureen's Jazz Cellar in Nyack. A great big thank you to Downtown Music in White Plains for sponsoring this concert. Our final song today is another great one from The Sound of Music. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless this homeland
Hello again. The Sound of Music marked the last of the fabulous Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals, but we are nowhere near the end of our streaming Downtown Music series, which means that your support of these free programs continues to be essential. Today we heard of, think of all the great music, the great musical as it spans the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and on. And of course, still today, they are constantly revived, the shows of Rodgers and Hart. And as I said, my era, the shows of Rodgers and Hammerstein, they just are indelibly part of our national heritage. So great to hear them today. And as I say, if you feel, as I do, that these are essential parts of our musical knowledge, and we are getting them even in this strange era where you can't go out to concerts, but they're coming into your home. So it is a very special gift that we are getting from Downtown Music. And if you feel in your heart that you would like to give a gift to Downtown Music and help support, these are free concerts, they're coming to you, but there are expenses involved. I don't begin to understand how the streaming process works, but somebody's got to do that editing and putting it up online. And of course, there are artist fees involved. So it's very important, if you can, if it's comfortable for you. We don't want you to, break the bank. But if you can support Downtown Music, we would love you to do so. And you will know, I think you'll be very pleased to be part of the presenting family. You'll know next week, when I'll tell you in a second, because I don't fully understand what's going to be next week, but I'll tell you what I do know. But anyway, when you get there, you'll know that you helped make it possible. You helped bring it not only to your family, but to all of the other families who are listening with you and listening without charge. So when you went to the church for concert, there was a contribution, there was a basket, and you put a bunch of money in the basket to say, yes, I love the show today, and I'd like to help support the ones that are coming. So if you'd like to do that, please. Downtownmusic.org is the website. There's a donate button, push it. All will be well on all counts. Now, let me try to explain what's going to happen next time. There is a tenor called Max Jansen, and he, as I understand it, and don't hold me to this because I'm not sure I do, but as I do understand it, he is at Bard College. He's a student in their vocal arts program, and some of his friends have gotten together and they are encouraging us to stop looking at our computer screens, which I guess is what you're doing now. But instead, they have created what they call a walking recital. And they want, in other words, you to commune with nature. Now, I'm not sure what that means, whether you were supposed to go out and commune or they are out communing and sending the pictures back to us. I don't really know. And I don't know that any of us will know until next week, so be patient. But it should be kind of interesting and should be different. And that's one of the things, actually, that we like to do at Downtown Music. Have different things, not quite normal, not quite what you expect. So yeah, like today, it's nice to have Broadway songs. We all love them. But to have them constructed in a way that gives you information about the life and times of the two major contributors, the lyricists who worked with Richard Rodgers. That's special. And each week there is kind of something special. And we love you to join us here for the show. And we lovely to appreciate whatever you can donate as well. So I guess that's it. Have a good week. And by next week, we'll figure out what's going on and we'll commune together. Thanks a lot. I'm Bob Sherman. See you next time.
You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold.